friends, I wanted to talk to you about the energy that's happening in our skies right now. A few of you have reached out and asked, why are we feeling so wobbly? And it's, a couple of things. One, we're in between eclipses, so the energy that happens between one eclipse and the other tends to be strong and feel a little bit unruly, a little chaotic. But the major thing that's happening in the sky right now is that there are two major outer planets that are gearing up and have been gearing up all fall to conjunct. A conjunction is an aspect in astrology that means that two planets are very, very close together. This is going to happen on December 21st. It's something that astrologers have called the Grand Conjunction, and it's going to happen between Jupiter, the planet of abundance and growth, and Saturn, the planet of discipline, structure, and things taking a long time. Saturn brings a very cold feeling towards things. The reason the Grand Conjunction is super important this year, two things. One, it's happening during the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere. But the number two thing, which is really the primary thing to keep in mind, is that it is happening with Jupiter and Saturn moving out of Capricorn and into a brand new sign of Aquarius. Once it goes into Aquarius, we will begin a new 200-year cycle, planetary cycle in human history. The last time that Jupiter and Saturn were so closely conjunct was 1623. So for the next 20 years, and then the 20 years after, because Jupiter and Saturn meet based on their orbits every 20 years, Jupiter and Saturn will be meeting in the exact same element, the element of air, in the house of Aquarius. Aquarius is the house of the collective. So this major planetary shift is going to take us out of individualistic Capricorn, which you can view as a metaphor for capitalism, and into a brand new element, air. It's leaving Earth, grounded Earth, moving into air, intellectual air, Aquarius, which is all about the collective, right? Social justice, issues of fairness and equality, issues concerning the people as a community will come to the forefront. And we've already seen the buildup towards putting the people first as opposed to individual thinking over the summer with Black Lives Matter protests and just the way things evolved in the American electorate, all of a sudden these ideas of being individuals are no longer important. What's important now is what's better for the community, what's better for the collective. And ultimately, that's a really great, not just planetary seismic shift, but it's a great shift in the way that we think and relate to others. So this conjunction will be at 0.1 degrees in Aquarius. What this means is wherever Aquarius is in your natal chart will be greatly affected by this conjunction. This conjunction is a big deal. It will be tight. Also, wherever Saturn and Jupiter is in your natal chart will be greatly affected by this conjunction. So how will you be affected? Well, this change from Earth into air brings transformation, brings things crashing down, right? And it brings changes that you may or may not be ready for. So I'm going to walk you through the houses very quickly. If you have Aquarius in the first house, this is the house that will be affected by this conjunction, which means that there are going to be changes to the way you identify. This could be anything from I'm finally going to go get that haircut I've always wanted, and damn it, even if I do it myself, to just the things that you value, that you thought you valued, the things that make you will feel outgrown because there's a new you. You will literally shed your skin. If Aquarius falls in your second house, your relationship to money and finances will be altered. Either you will care more about it or you'll care less. The way you spend money, the way you save money, the things that bring you self-worth will change. If it falls in your third house, the way you communicate, your neighborhood, your siblings will be altered with Aquarian traits. If it falls in your fourth house, your home will be affected. The way you define your home, what is it? What matters to you? Your ancestry, your lineage will become incredibly important. Your fifth house, the way that you define fun, your hobbies, even the way you view casual activities like sex will be transformed. If Aquarius falls in your sixth house, then that means your relationship to your health, your relationship to your work will be challenged, will be transformed. If it falls in your seventh house, your house of one-on-one relationships and contracts, the way you view one-on-one relationships and contracts will change. Perhaps if you're individualistic before, you might feel a little bit more detached. You know, Aquarian nature can be detached. You might be more detached in your one-on-one relationships. You might want more freedom. You might want more space. It'll be, again, thinking of the collective, more than one person, right? If Aquarius falls in your eighth house, your relationship to secrets, your relationship to sex, your relationship to taboos, other people's money, all of that will be tested. All of that will be transformed and challenged. And you may feel experimental, frankly, right? In ways that you were not able to admit to yourself before. If Aquarius falls in your ninth house, your faith, your beliefs, what you define as education will be transformed, will be challenged. Aquarius will really make you reevaluate your thoughts, right? And all of these, if you're, in all of these, you're going to need receipts, right? All of a sudden, facts are going to matter in a way that they didn't before. If your Aquarius falls in your 10th house, the way you view your career is going to change. This will probably either be a shift in the way that you say, you know what, I've been doing this job for X amount of years. It doesn't make me happy. It's not who I am and want to do. And you might suddenly quit your job and start completely fresh, or you might reach the pinnacle at your job and finally get that recognition that you deserve. But the way you're viewed in your career, the way that you view your career will change. If Aquarius falls in your 11th house, the way that you view friendships will be reevaluated. It will be changed. And if Aquarius falls in your 12th house, the way that you your subconscious thoughts will change, will shift. Anything that you've kept to yourself will come to the surface. So it's really important that you are aware of any energy dealing in your Aquarian houses. Don't fight it, right? Don't fight this change. It's going to impact you throughout 2021 and beyond. It's going to start December 21st. You're going to feel it. So make sure you're aware of where your Aquarius is placed. Make sure you're aware of where Saturn and Jupiter are placed. They might not be placed in an Aquarian household, which means that not only will you be dealing with Aquarian energy as a result of this change, of this conjunction, and this new shift into the age of Aquarius, so to speak, but it's going to be happening, either in a trine, in a sextile, in a square, or in an opposition to where Saturn and Jupiter are in your chart. So it's really, really important that you're aware of these energies, how they're going to work together so that you prepare yourself for the year. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that this clears and gives some information about the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction that's happening. If you have any questions at all about your natal chart and how to find this information, don't be afraid to reach out. No matter what happens, take a deep breath, accept that you won't be in control of the situation, and accept that this change is coming. It's important. It's so that you can improve yourself, so that you can grow into the you were meant to be, so that you can live out your karmic destiny. Don't fight the changes. Accept them with an open heart and open mind, and know that you will get through it. Thanks so much, friends, for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.